one of the technologies which has come in this century, which we see as being so important and very critical to help many of our developing countries to move forward, is ICT, Information and Communication Technology. We see that the technology has a lot of potential in every sector of human endeavor. We see also that the technology touches every individual, from the lower level person to a very highly sophisticated person. And the advantage of the technology that even the poor person can still have it. We have a good project on ICT for health, using mobile phone to improve mother and child care. And this is being done in Rufiji.
Huduma tunazotoa ni kumwelimisha yule mama aende kituo cha afya baada ya kuonekana tatizo lake alilokuwa nalo. Ili kupata huduma kuokoa maisha yake na mtoto.
The core expectation or the ultimate goal is to improve mother and child health. The second is to reduce the deaths at the time of birth. So that was our ultimate goal. But the other component was trying to use ICT, mobile phone, televisions, web systems to make sure we improve the healthcare system itself.
Yeah, the project in fact is very, very important in the district in terms of improving referral system. Yeah, we know our district is very, very huge. So if we have a good referral system, will definitely make a difference in management of emergencies, especially obstetric emergencies.
The way it works is we created a new cadre, which is community health workers. These are the group from the community. Their big role is to identify pregnant women, newborns and under 5, and to encourage them to attend the health facility so that they can check the danger signs, get the vaccination and get proper health care and improve their lives. They were using a mobile phone to call and make referral, but also they were using mobile phone to collect data, meaning small biodata for child or for a woman, and then try to make some referral and follow-up so that to make sure they attend the health facility.
Katika kuelimisha, kazi kubwa za kwetu ni hizo, na zaidi yake ni kumfuatilia na kuhakiki kweli ameenda na kweli amepata huduma kupitia yeye mwenyewe kwa matamshi yake na hali ya mabadiliko katika afya yake.
Lakini tangia mradi umeanza mpaka sasa hivi, wale wazazi wenyewe kutokana na elimu waliokuwa wameipata, wakishaona tu zile dalili za hatari kwa mtoto, wanakimbilia moja kwa moja kituo cha afya kupata huduma au ushauri, na wanaweza wakaenda katika hospitali kubwa vile vile wakapata matibabu ile mtoto akawa ameendelea vizuri. 2011 mwezi wa 9.
These people, they are really important. They are really important because they are living very close to the people. It's like other doctors in the villages.
They can communicate with us and probably can give what to do before the patient can be referred.
Initially, before the project, that was not done. The doctors and health workers were waiting them at the health facility. But now there's a communication between here and people at the village who are nearby this household or nearby the people themselves.
Kwanza niseme kwamba mimi ningependa huu mradi uwe endelevu. Inawezekana baadaye ikashindikana kwa sababu kuna watu ambao walikuwa wanafanya hii shughuli, wale wa vijijini. Sasa wale kama hawatawezeshwa, unajua swala la kujitolea ni zuri, lakini kujitolea tu baadaye kama hakuwezeshwa, sidhani kama atakuwa anafanya kazi vile vizuri kama mwanzo.
Unaweza kaelezea changamoto kwa ujumla unazokutana nazo katika?
Naam, changamoto tunazo. Kwanza moja, kutokana na sisi mama tunapotoka pale nyumbani, kwanza tunaenda ni sehemu ndefu kwa kutumia njia za miguu, hatuna usafiri. Moja, pia katika kujiwezesha kuhusu maraji. Pengine ningatoka hapa mpaka Feri kule darajani, inabidi nijitegemee mimi mwenyewe nilicho nacho. Aidha unaweza ukao umeshinda na njaa. Lakini kwa kuwa tunaamua kutumia kwa saidia jamii, tunajitolea tu. Mwanga, hatuna tabu. Tunasaidia taifa letu.
The community health workers should be a cadre which is recognized by the ministry. We should find a good way to motivate them, to keep them. But also, since some areas are hard to reach, we need to find a way to use technology like mobile phone to improve the referral, like the way I was saying, to collect some important data from the remote, and then we access those data at the high level using web interface or such kind of tool. But one point I have to say is technology is 10% of the whole process. So before you bring in technology, you need to figure out the 90%.
So we have this other project which was being implemented by the Commission for Human Rights on how people can file their human rights abuses to the Commission through the mobile phone. They send SMS, and we are happy with this because it's really working.
One of the complaints came from the SMS for Human Rights system was from the individuals, more than 10 individuals who were complaining that were detained illegally by a person in the cell that is not even recognized by the country. So this is the person that created his own cell, and then he detained people as long as he wished. One of the complainants claimed that he was detained more than 14 days with that person. So that is so highly inhumane, and these are the things that we wouldn't have a position to hear if we didn't have the system like this.
Kwa mfano hilo langu mimi nimepotelewa tu na kijana wangu kwa wamefariki katika ajali, lakini sikushuhudia. Unaona bwana, sasa hiyo.
The Commission for Human Rights receives complaints from anyone in the countries. The complaints are related to human rights violation and then the abuse of good governance principles.
The SMS for Human Rights is a system that has been developed to help poor people, especially from the rural areas, to access services of the Commission, to lodge their complaints through SMS.
It means that immediately a human rights abuse occurs, somebody can send an SMS, and then this is integrated in the case management system of the Commission for Human Rights.
Commission was not efficient enough to handle these complaints through normal letter writings.
In remote places where people were subjected to writing letters and then putting them in post, then takes about 17 days, and then the letters are opened, they are filed, and then cases handled.
You have also to find who is the complainant. You write to him, then he replied to you, then you reply to the complainant. So that process can take about a year for the complaints to be concluded.
Previously, we used to receive complaints from the people in the cities, majority of them were in the city. Now, the SMS for Human Rights system targeted people from the villages, people from the remote, and this is our new. We thought that there are so many complaints in the remote area, and then these are the people cannot afford to reach the commissions because it is too expensive for them.
Do you think this is important?
Yes, it's important. It helps those who cannot come straight to the commission. Maybe it's up country or something like don't have the fare or something else.
Now we've come to the point, the entry point where the complaints are received in the commission for the first time. So this is where we have our web-based system. When someone sends a complaint from outside, this is a complaint maybe from a rural area or in the village or in the city or in somewhere. The complaints come to these guys here.
With the SMS they sent, it means we have the details on their numbers. So using this number, we try to call them so that they can explain what the problem is. And sometimes we get the complaints which are very new and they have never been complained to other authorities which are concerned. So we also give certain advices.
Some of the complaints we are receiving are not within our jurisdiction of the commission. But the good thing is, as soon as we receive those complaints, we notify the complainant that this is not within our jurisdiction, and then we reference the complaints to the authorities that is in the government that they can assist them.
We get more and more complaints, and also the public will be we raise awareness on human rights issues.
Mfumo wa SMS utakubalika na utarahisisha sana, lakini sasa katika utekelezaji vile kuna baadaye wale watakazoleta SMS zao mwanzo wanaweza lakini baadaye pengine na nyinyi mtazidiwa, maana kutwa moja zinaweza kaja SMS 50 60. Nadhani pia mtafika mahali na nyinyi mtakuwa mmezidiwa, mtataka kufanya lakini mtakuwa kazi mwazidi, kwa mtazamo wangu.
People in rural areas are not yet aware of this system. So if they get aware of this system, I think it's the reliable one, easier one, and cheap one for them to lodge their complaints.
The last project is the one related to cultural heritage, and this was given to our National Museum some funding to develop a recording mechanism to be able to showcase matters related to cultural heritage and to be able to help kids who go to the museum to somehow document some of this material and then share this with their fellow kids.
Afya tatu tunakosa mvua.
Objective of House of Culture project was to open up the museum to become a public space for presentation, for performance, and of course the arena for them to speak their burning issues in the society.
Watakuvunja wewe, ushapiga sasa umechelewa basi.
Myself, I normally discuss with my colleagues about how ICT can be applied into having some like online exhibitions where people can just visit our museum through the website and see what we are doing. And nowadays ICT can provide us like live streaming of events that are taking place in our museum. And also the very important thing that normally to me is clicking in my head is on how to equip kids and to make sure that they get into the track of ICT how it is right now. When kids come here, they get an opportunity to use cameras, for example, digital cameras, and they learn on how to take photos, edit them, put them on their emails and whatever. But also, they get the chance to go on stage and do some performances and do some educational things like question and answers, competitions, dancing and doing sports. And at the end, when they go back home, they get an access of watching it on TV.
What we are saying that we want this place to become so visible to the public for having online collection, for having indexing our different exhibition and everything. But the other thing is to have a kind of a blog so that the social media, so that individual and especially the youth can interact with the museum, especially in issues concerning the cultural aspects and preservation of our heritage.
You know, here in Tanzania is quite different from the other abroad countries, you know. Most of the artists here, those who are doing great art, they don't have money, they don't have work to do, they just live in a street. It's like this one. I just take him from the street. He just using clean cars and whatever, but he get talent to sing and he can play music. So the meaning of having a studio and helping them, we have to take from one step to another. And then if they generate things that is working, then now we'll sit down and start writing some contract so as we can help them. That is. This is Kaya. Hello, Kaya. The screen name is Kaya, but then the original name is Kevin Anton. Okay. He's my artist. He's doing reggae, raga, music, dancehall. Okay. And this is Vero. This is a new one.
I live in Dar es Salaam, so I had a friend told me that there is a studio here. So that's why I came here.
Oh, that's very good. What do you expect from the studio?
I expect to record my first song, and I hope that I'll be a great musician.
To me, when we talk of kids and the educational level for children, it needs a lot of facilities, like more cameras, more computers, good website, very speed internet, that kids can get an opportunity to learn from what the museum have. We can cover the country by collecting things that are disappearing, you know, the culture and the history and the social life. It's changing abruptly right now, but we don't have the preserved old ones that kids can go and learn about our myths, about our culture, about our songs, about whatever. The heritage of children, to me, I find it disappearing. You go to street now, you find kids playing some Western plays, something like that, talking about films, about drama, cartoons and all this stuff. But that's not our life.